it's Deanie and welcome to Dean's Reads. Today I have a very exciting book haul to share. I haven't done book shopping in so long, probably since July, and it's October, so that's a long time. And not only that, I haven't been to a bookstore that had a large selection of English books in so long because I've been living in Greece since August. I have just been looking at some bookstores, they'll have an English section and it'll be a couple books, and it's like, okay, but it hasn't been that exciting. But on Saturday, I went to a bookstore called Politia in Athens, and it has one of the biggest selections of English books in Greece. And it was such a nice time. I was elated. I still am elated. And this is my haul. Yes, I went overboard and I'm nervous for my luggage weight, but I will get to that later. I didn't really have a plan going in. I wanted Dracula because I'm going to Transylvania for Halloween and going to Dracula's castle, a party there on Halloween weekend. So I was like, I must read Dracula, whatever I do. So I called ahead and they saved it for me just to make sure that they had it. And other than that, I wasn't sure what I was going to get. I have been watching a lot of fall vlogs, book hauls, fall reading vlogs, those kinds of things. And I felt such FOMO in Greece because it's been so hot and I don't have bookstores with a lot of English books where I am. I'm about like 2.5 hours out of Athens. So I was feeling some FOMO. So then when I got there, I wasn't sure, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait, I need like spooky books. So that's the theme of this vlog, or this haul. That's the theme of this haul. So let's get started. I will stop talking. So first I'll start with the one that I just told you about. It's Dracula by Bram Stoker. It's this Oxford Classic edition. It's really floppy. Really floppy. I already picked a bookmark. I have for all of these, so I'll go through them. It's of Edgar Allan Poe, and it's from the bookstore, and I thought it went well with the red and black theme. I can't tell if it's not good to have a bookmark from another author when it's not by him, but anyways, I am excited to start this. I actually did not know that Bram Stoker was Irish until I read the first page about him. I was like, wow, I didn't know that, so that's cool. And I didn't know that it was told solely in letters, which is also interesting. I think, yeah, it's told in all letters and diaries, which is cool. I hope I enjoy that. I usually don't, but I've heard good things about this, so I think I will enjoy it. And I might just bring one other book just to make sure I have options when I go, because I have already started The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I've never read this, and I started it and I am loving it. It is a story told by Death, narrated by Death, about a young girl named Liesel and her story in the Holocaust, and she goes to live with foster parents, and it kind of takes off from that. And I'm just really liking the writing. Books with Chloe, or now Chloe Bunny, did her book club, her Patreon book club for this last month, and I was like, okay, like, I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna read it. And then at the bookstore I saw it and I just felt kind of called to it. I was like, you know what, actually I think I'm really in the mood for that, and I have been since, especially because it's getting a little colder here. There's some wind, there was some rain. Sometimes like a historical fiction like this is just such a good pick. So I have been reading this and I've been liking it, and this is my bookmark for this book because it has this beautiful gold foiling, and honestly not a very popular edition that I've seen. And I have this bookmark from the Plaza, sort of, I don't know if this is like 1920s, but it's older. Oops. And I thought the foiling matched. That's what I've been using there. I'm already halfway through about, so I think I'll finish this imminently, which I am pleased about. So that is The Book Thief. And then another really exciting book that I got, which I wasn't even thinking about. I haven't really even thought about it. I don't know. When I was in the bookstore, I wasn't even really thinking. I was just gravitating, feeling, and just, I don't even know. I didn't have a plan. I just went for it. So anyways, the next book I have is the Gormenghast trilogy by Mervyn Peake. It is a big boy. It has really thin pages, but I mean, it technically is 3 books. And I don't know why I felt called to it. I was in like the fantasy section, and I heard Sunbeam's Jess talk about this a while ago. I don't even know if she liked it or not, but I just remember the name. And I started the first page, and it was so spooky, gothic vibes that I was just sold from the first page. Let me read the back. Gormenghast is the vast, crumbling castle to which the 77th Earl, Titus Groan, is lord and heir. Titus is expected to rule this gothic labyrinth of turrets and dungeons and his eccentric and wayward subjects, according to strict age-old rituals. But things are changing in the castle. Titus must contend with treachery, manipulation, and murder, as well as his own longing for a life beyond the castle walls. So, I mean, it sounds pretty good. I just want to like sink my teeth into something big and vast and immersive. So, I'm excited for that. We'll be going to Croatia in November, and that's where some of Game of Thrones was filmed, and there's a lot of medieval buildings and castles and stuff like that. So I just thought that this book, or these 3 books, would be perfect to read. And this is the bookmark I picked for that one. And going along with the classics theme, I also just felt like picking up Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. It is a book that I've always wanted to read, but I just haven't gotten to it. I think I had the Barnes & Noble Classics edition for a while, but since I've moved, I left a lot of my books back at home, and then my mom sold the house, and now they're in a storage unit deep somewhere. So basically, I don't have access to a lot of my books, and the postal service in Greece isn't the best, and I've been moving from 3 Airbnbs now. So it's not, it's worth the €6 that I spent to just rebuy it, then go through a lot of trouble. But anyways, it's about an intense, unbreakable bond between the fiery Catherine Earnshaw and the fondling Heathcliff. Blah, blah, blah. Powerful tales of the Gothic tradition. Blah, blah, blah. Romantic melodrama. Blah, blah, blah. Like, just sign me up. I have this picture, this developed picture from some cliffs in Ireland, and I thought it was fitting with the vibe. So that's basically it. This has pretty thin pages and is floppy like the other one too. I just missed books so much. I've been reading on my Kindle, even though I know I have books here, but I'm such a mood reader, and I just don't know what was going through my head when I packed the books that I did. I thought that maybe I could just be sent my fall-ish books later, but that didn't happen, and that's okay. But I've been reading mostly on my Kindle. I've read a couple physical books, but it's just so nice to go buy books and then read them. Anyways, so the last, going with the theme of I had this, but I still want to read it now, so I rebought it, is Brandon Sanderson's Words of Radiance. This is book 2 in the Stormlight Archive. I read book 1, I think about 1 or 2 years ago. If you don't know, this is a really popular fantasy series. I stopped reading it, but I've been craving it back in my life, and my partner really enjoys this series. So I do want to start it again. But what's annoying is that the US edition has a way different cover. It's a lot more like 90s fantasy, a lot of different colors and, you know, more hand-drawn figures and stuff. But it's also massive. Not this one, the US edition. It's massive this way, that way. Like when you read it, you know that you're reading a huge story, because the book 1 is like 1,000 pages almost. And this one is only like 650. I don't know how they did it. I don't think it's that much different, but I think because they made the font so small and the margins teeny, that they made it smaller somehow, which I don't really like. I want to have a big book in my hands. But anyways, I'm so excited. I'm going to start it over and definitely look up a summary of book one. And that is my book haul. I'm so excited. Oh wait, I didn't show my last bookmarks. So the bookmark that I'm using for Words of Radiance is this MoMA one from the MoMA in New York, but I can't tell. It was really hard to choose one for this book out of the stuff that I brought. So undecided on this one. So that is my haul. I'm so excited. It only cost me about 60 euros too, which isn't bad, you know? Like, it's not bad. I was thinking I would drop at least 100 something when I was holding all of them, but I think because 2 of them are classics, that's what made it pretty cheap. So yes, pose for the thumbnail. Okay. So hopefully I'll be finishing The Book Thief soon, and then I will start Dracula, and then I will start the Gormenghast trilogy, and then I will start Wuthering, and then I'll probably sprinkle in Words of Radiance here or there. I haven't found a place in the order that I'm reading for this yet, so I think it might just be I take a break from a book with this, you know, it's at the 2 at the same time kind of deal. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you bought any books, tell me which ones. There's still some that I might get on my Kindle, like the accompanying book to The X-Hex, which I loved. I still want that on Kindle. And I'm reading Babel on my Kindle. Not really a fan. I think not having it in my hands is affecting the reading part, especially the footnotes. I have to keep clicking the asterisks on the Kindle, and it's just not the same. And then what else on my Kindle? There's some books that I still have on there from Kindle Unlimited that I might give a try, but honestly, I'm really content with my stack that I have here. So I hope you all have a great reading day, weekend, season, all that stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!